Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Nazwin. Huge thanks to Nazwin and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Nazwin reached out asking for a deck led by Azlask, the Swelling Scourge, and that the deck stay under $200. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Azlask the Swelling Scourge is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary Eldrazi. Whenever Azlask or another colorless creature we control dies, we get an experience counter. It also has an activated ability. We may pay 1 for each color of mana in order to give creatures we control +X until end of turn, where X is the number of experience counters we have. Additionally, Scions and Spawns we control gain Indestructible and Annihilator 1 until the end of turn. Okay, I wanted to build this deck entirely around Scions or Spawns, and decided to go with Spawns. Both of them do come with a built-in self-sacrifice mechanic which works great with our commander, but there are a lot more options for Spawns than there are for Scions. Of course, we also want to look at options for turning all of our creatures into Spawns, as well as some extra experience counter generators. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is always innovating, and recently they've unveiled their new Druidic Secrets boulders. Turn your deck box into a mystical place. These gorgeous boulders come in a variety of colors and patterns, like this olive-colored one, celebrating the trees. Unleash your inner Dryad to become one with nature and pick one up yourself at your local game store. Or order one from Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I recently came across another creator who makes beautiful 3D printed deck boxes. I am not sponsored, I'm not getting a kickback or anything. I got his permission to post a link to his Etsy store down below. Feel free to go check him out. After the video, of course. For lands, we're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Mystic Gate, Rugged Prairie, Sunken Ruins, Twilight Mire, Firelight Thicket, Cascade Bluffs, Fetid Heath, Graven Cairns, Wooded Bastion, Flooded Grove, Adarkar Wastes, Battlefield Forge, Underground River, Llanowar Wastes, Karplusan Forest, Shivan Reef, Caves of Koilos, Sulphurous Springs, Brushland, Yavimaya Coast, Bajuka Bog, 2 plains, 2 islands, 2 swamps, 2 mountains, 2 forests, and 3 wastes. I wanted to run plenty of lands that could tap for colorless mana. Our mana ramp consists of Growth Spasm, Soul Ring, Forsaken Monument, Path of Annihilation, and all 10 talismans. That's Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Conviction, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Resilience, Talisman of Impulse, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Hierarchy, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Unity, and Talisman of Curiosity. Again, wanted to have mana rocks that could tap for either colored mana or colorless as needed. For card advantage, we're running Kindred Discovery, Glimpse the Impossible, Smothering Abomination, Unfathomable Truths, Distant Melody, Skull Clamp, Idol of Oblivion, Bouldervine Reclamation, Eureka Moment, and Phyrexian Arena. Not bad for a $200 deck. Our interaction and spot removal consist of Commit Memory, Corpse Hatch, Kozilek's Command, Abrade, Negate, Eldrazi Confluence, Swords to Plowshares, Beast Within, Warping Whale, Abstruse Appropriation, and Imprisoned in the Moon. Lots of ways to shut down our opponents. For board wipes, we've got Blasphemous Act, Kindred Dominance, and the thematic All is Dust. Gotta love one-sided board wipes. The core of our deck consists of Awakening Zone, Brood Birthing, Chittering Dispatcher, Glaring Fleshraker, Skittering Invasion, Emrakul's Hatcher, Emrakul's Messenger, Idol of False Gods, Writhing Chrysalis, Drowner of Truth, Rapacious One, Spawn Gang Commander, Kozilek's Predator, From Beyond, and Catacomb Sifter. Lots of ways to make spawns. Supporting our plan, we've also got Leyline of Transformation, Arcane Adaptation, Molten Echoes, Conspiracy, Izuri Claw of Progress, Marin of Clan Neltoth, Minthra Merciless Soul, Othari Sun's Glory, Adrix and Nev Twincasters, and Echoes of Eternity. Gotta rack up those experience counters and ensure all of our creatures are spawns. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 36 lands, 14 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. 10 pieces of card advantage, 11 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory and Bojuka Bog, 1 Sudden Eye win card in our Commander. We have 3 effects that turn all of our creatures into spawns: Conspiracy, Leyline of Transformation, and Arcane Adaptation. If we have 5 experience points, we give all of our creatures, token creatures and non-token creatures, +5/+5, Indestructible, and Annihilator 1. If you swing out at someone with 10 creatures that all have Annihilator, that means they have to sacrifice 10 permanents. It won't be long until they don't have any permanents left, and we just win the game outright. Now, I know there are a lot of effects in the game that grant experience counters, but several of them didn't fit with what the deck was trying to do. So I went with the ones that functionally match this deck. We're not casting a lot of spells, and the spells we are casting aren't high mana value, so Mizzix of the Ismagnus wasn't a very good fit. But even without her, the deck is resilient. We've got lots of graveyard reanimation as well as plenty of ways to sacrifice our creatures. We're not an Aristocrats deck, but Skullclamp has some insane synergy in this deck. We also don't necessarily need to sacrifice our spawn tokens for mana, but we can if we really want to. Do you have an Azlask the Swelling Scourge deck? What direction did you take the deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Damon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Nazwin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Travis, Nappy, Sean, and Michael. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Damon.